Buckingham Palace has been hustling and bustling, planning for Chucky's coronation. Meanwhile, the media is obsessed with whether the Montecito royals, Princess Meghan and Prince Harry, will be attending Chucky's coronation. But really, what they should be worried about is that the British public believes that the coronation is a waste of their taxpayers' dollars. Let's listen as the British people comment on Chucky's coronation. Your clown, your circus. Wow, interesting. Does the British people really think that Charles is a clown and the coronation is a circus? Guys, why don't you tell me what you think in the comments? And another one said, no, not watching. Huh, I'm not surprised because the British royal family is kind of lackluster and dull. They do not have what the Montecito royals have, which is power and attraction. Someone else chimed in. Anyone else planning a self imposed 3 day total news blackout for the coronation? Wow, I guess this is hear no evil, see no evil. Gee whiz, this next comment is brutal. It tells me that the British public has not accepted Chucky as their king. Listen to this. The person said, your king, not mine or anyone who didn't elect the freeloaders. Oh my, what a swipe. Wow, these commenters are hitting below the belt, and rightfully so, with this British royal family who has ruthlessly ruled for 1,000 years. Here's what someone said. I, like everyone else, looks forward to paying for this. That would be me being sarcastic, by the way. Adulterers and divorcees should not take the throne. Is there a saying that a king has no power in his own castle? Well, this commenter seems to be saying exactly so. Here, reign? What reign? When did any head of state in England last actually have any say at all in governing our country? Head of what then? He will merely sign where he's told to and do exactly what he's told by Parliament. How is he reigning over anything or anyone at all? He's our puppet king in name only. Ouch. Well, if Chucky believes that he's fooling the British public, then he has something coming his way because they are sure aware of how much money this coronation is going to cost. And one of the commenters said that at the cost of £100 million to the bloody taxpayers. And another one said the country is in a mess, yet Chuck thinks his coronation will make us all deliriously happy. Out of touch, my opinion. Wow, it seems like a lot of people are hungry in England because someone said, I shall not be watching nor interested. Too many people waving plastic made in China Union flags and then going to bed hungry. Oh my, shouldn't Chuck be giving people the money instead of spending it? Ugh. Well, there's some people in the United Kingdom that seems to want to cut Chucky some slack. However, they do not want a 3 day coronation. Here's what someone said, and it makes a lot of sense. This is disgusting. If there must be a coronation, that should be it. Not 3 days of taxpayers' money paying for all the pomp and ceremony and dignitaries from around the world. He should be paying for all of it, not taxpayers. And I agree. The royal family, they have been living off the taxpayers for 1,000 years. Enough is enough. I agree. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that at this point, a coronation costing £100 million is certainly not keeping up with the times when most Londoners are starving and cannot pay their bills. As this person said, I'm not anti royal, nor am I royalist. I see their value to the UK economy. However, this, in the time of a cost of living crisis, is a huge insult and hugely out of touch. Wow. Hello. Do we need to get a megaphone to let Charles or Chuckie hear this? Because I'm certainly he's aware of what is happening in his country. Shouldn't any king be? I could tell that these commenters are angry, and if Chucky was in their presence, they would have probably tossed an egg or two, saying, What? Why? Only one day. Stop wasting money. Give some to the elderly who are dying in their own homes, some found days later, as they can't afford decent food or warmth. And probably, as these commenters would be tossing eggs at Chucky, they would be saying, as one said, Song's expensive. Wonder who's paying for it all. Oh, wait, I know. Yes, the taxpayers, of course. What about the people in the United Kingdom that cannot pay their bills? Doesn't it bother Chucky? As one commenter said, UK starves and people are freezing. People are dying in hospitals all over. Meanwhile, the elite is having parties and music festivals. Shame on Chucky, letting his people die even in hospitals. Another one chimed in saying, More waste of money whilst his citizens are starving. Oh, Chucky, where is your heart? The people are starving. They need food. They don't need a coronation. Yes, this person has a point and hits the hammer right on the nail, saying, This is largely inappropriate at this time. Maybe it would be better to just hand out 4 million to the people on the streets in the cities. Really, what will this do for anyone? He is already the king. There's no need to do this at all. I have always felt like the British media is trying to push the royal family onto the public. But this is not a figment of my imagination because let's listen to what this commenter said. They said, I have always find it rather strange that the mirror keeps on trying to tell us how popular old Charlie is, but reading the comments, the royal family will always be colonials in the eyes of the British public. Here's what a commenter said just what we need more millions of taxpayers' money wasted on out of date colonials. Certainly so. We cannot detach colonialism from the British royal family. We all know how they played a hand in it. Oh, the people are pooped out about the Queen's Jubilee as well as her passing ceremonies. And they think the coronation of Chucky is too soon. Let's hear what they have to say. This is much too soon. We had 3 days of Platinum Jubilee celebrations in June, followed by more than a week of ceremonial after the Queen's death in September. There's no need for an extended monarchy fest to mark Charles's coronation. Exactly. They're trying to make this into a festival like Chuck is somebody special doing special things for Great Britain when all he does is really take. Yes, I agree with you. This commenter, I must give it to him or her because this commenter is going back to the day when Chucky made a vow to Diana, which he couldn't keep. Let's hear what this person have to say. Being photographed, shaking hands, waving in fine clothes, which will be billed to the UK people, lecturing on CO2 whilst chartering a private plane to collect the environmental gong. lecturing us on all fifths, whilst he couldn't keep one made at 32. Ooh, that vow that Chuckie made to Diana. He couldn't keep it. His eyes wasn't Camilla. Who is to say he's going to keep this vow? Who is to say he's not going to be tempted by some wad of cash or suitcase of cash by some Saudi? The British people certainly have been side eyeing Chucky because one said, yes, why don't we all celebrate the glorifying of the privileged few while many others suffer in poverty at the hands of an out of touch Tory government and royal family? Oh, yes, definitely. They've been living on the high hogs while people are trying to figure out where the next dollar is coming from. The British people certainly aren't concerned about a coronation. They're concerned about hunger and homelessness. As one person said, what a waste of money when we have hungry children and pensioners. How can we afford this when we cannot help our people and the homeless? Ooh, I love this one. This person said, royalty are hideous, detached from the normal people. Let's spend the money on something worthwhile instead of stroking the ego of a hideously wealthy man who doesn't give a stuff about the people actually paying for it. Make it prepaid, pay per view, and only the money raised should be spent. People struggling to get by don't care. Personally, I believe the Queen was the glue that held this royal family together. And now that she has passed, I think the British people no longer want a monarchy. For this is what someone said: now our Queen has passed. I have zero interest in the royal family. Zilch. Absolutely none. I hope you guys like the people in the comment section of that unveiling of Chucky's plan for his coronation, because on the 6th of May he will have a service, and on the 7th of May there's going to be a concert. Do you see why the people of England are upset? Yes, they have a right to. Then on the final day, Charles has dubbed it the Big Help Out. Well, I could see how he has dubbed it that because people are going to be helping each other in their communities. And I think Chucky knows a thing or two about helping. How has he helped? Yes, he's helped himself. To what? To the public's money. So he does know a thing or two about helping. You would think it's the people, but it is him.